What if I told you the way you text her is secretly making her pull away? Not your words, not your jokes, not even your emojis, but the speed. Yes, the speed of your reply might be the thing that's killing your power right now, right under your nose. And you don't even know it. Let me show you why being too fast is never a good sign for a Stoic man. Have you ever been sitting peacefully when suddenly your phone lights up? It's her, the girl you like, the one you've been waiting for. Your heart jumps, just like that. 1 second you were relaxed, the next you're fully alert. You weren't even thinking about her a minute ago. But now, you feel a storm inside your chest. You grab your phone. Your fingers shake. You read her message once, twice, maybe even 3 times. Hey, that's all she wrote. Just one little word. But your brain starts to spin. Is she upset? Is she bored? Should I be funny? Should I ask her out now? Should I fix something? And boom, your thumbs start flying. You type fast. You send fast. Almost like you're scared she'll leave if you wait even a second too long. But here's the truth. That fear you're feeling, she feels it too. And she sees it. She sees it in how fast you jump. She sees it in how fast you fold. She sees it in how much of your peace you're willing to lose just to keep her. And do you know what happens when she sees that? She starts to feel stronger than you. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because you've already given your power away. But now, imagine this. She texts you. You see the message. You feel your heart race, but you don't let it control you. You pause. You breathe. You keep doing whatever you were doing. You're not being mean. You're not ignoring her. You're just choosing you first. You're not in a rush. You're not worried. You're grounded. You're calm. And when you do reply, it's not with panic or pressure. It's with calmness, control. You're not trying to win her back in your reply. You're simply being you. The kind of man who doesn't dance for approval. And guess what happens then? She starts to wonder. Why didn't he reply right away? Why isn't he acting like the others? Why does he feel so steady? That space makes her feel something. That calm delay shows her strength. And that's when she starts leaning in. Not because you chased, but because you didn't. So here's your first Stoic challenge. The next time she texts you, don't jump. Don't panic. Don't race to please. Instead, take a breath. Take your time. Let her feel the strength of a man who doesn't need to chase. Because the truth is, your silence has more power than your words if you learn to control it. Why she's testing your patience without saying a word. Have you ever wondered why she takes so long to reply to you? Why her texts are cold today, but sweet tomorrow? Why she makes you feel so confused, like a puzzle with no picture? It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. It's a silent test. And most men fail it without even knowing what's happening. Let me show you how to pass it, without saying a word. She sends you a message. It's short, dry, maybe even a little cold. Nothing like the way she used to talk. You start thinking, did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? Should I fix this before it's too late? That panic inside you, she can feel it, even through the screen. But here's the truth no one tells you. She's not waiting for your perfect reply. She's watching your reaction. She's checking your energy. She's looking to see if you'll break your own peace, just to chase hers. This isn't a game. This is how women feel your strength. And the men who fail? They chase. They beg. They explain. They try to prove how good they are. But the men who pass? They stay calm. They stay silent. They stay grounded. They don't rush to make her feel better, because they already feel good in themselves. That quiet confidence, that deep patience, it drives her wild, because it's rare. Here's what most men miss. She doesn't want a man who tries to fix her mood every second. She wants a man who doesn't lose his own mood when hers changes. That's the test. If you can hold your peace, even when she's distant. If you can stay calm, even when her words feel cold. If you can keep your energy still, without chasing or explaining, then something powerful happens. She starts to feel safe with you. She starts to feel drawn to you. She starts to respect you. Because you're not just another guy reacting to every little thing. You're a man who chooses peace over panic, stillness over chasing, power over pressure. So here's your next move. When her energy feels confusing, don't panic. Don't overthink. Don't overgive. Let her feel the weight of your calmness. Because sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is do nothing at all. The secret of silence that makes her chase you. What if I told you, your silence can speak louder than any message you send? What if doing nothing could actually make her think about you more? Sounds strange, right? But it works, because silence is not empty. It's powerful, it's full of presence, and she can feel it, even when you say nothing. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. You see, most guys, when a woman pulls back even just a little, they panic. They rush to fill the space with words, questions, and feelings. Hey, are you okay? Did I do something wrong? Why aren't you texting back like before? They mean well. But what they don't see is this. That silence you feel from her, it's not always rejection. Sometimes it's just space. And the men who win, they don't fill that space with noise. They fill it with strength. They use the silence to show who they really are. They don't beg. They don't over-explain. They don't try to convince her to come close again. Instead, they stay still. They focus on their purpose. They let her wander. And guess what? That wandering, it pulls her in. It makes her think about you a lot. Because silence creates curiosity, and curiosity creates attraction. You become mysterious. You become rare. You become the man she can't stop thinking about. Not because you chased her, but because you didn't. That's how silence works. It gives her room to feel your absence. And your absence reminds her of your value. You're not trying to hurt her. You're not trying to play games. You're simply protecting your peace. And that's something she'll deeply respect. Why purpose makes you unforgettable to her? What if the real reason she's confused is because you don't have something bigger than her in your life? Something that lights you up inside? Something she can feel in your energy? Here's the truth no one tells you. When you don't have a purpose, something deep that matters to you, she becomes your whole world. And that is exactly when she starts losing interest. Most guys think, if I give her all my time, all my focus, all my love, she'll stay forever. But that's not how attraction works. Because the more you orbit around her, the more she starts to feel trapped, not loved, but smothered. Not special, but responsible for your happiness. That pressure, it pushes her away. Now let's flip the story. Let's say you're a man who has purpose, a mission, a path, a goal. Maybe it's building a business. Maybe it's creating music. Maybe it's getting stronger at the gym. Whatever it is, it's yours. And you chase it every day. Not for her, not to prove anything, but because it makes you feel alive. She sees that. She feels it. It gives your life depth. It gives your silence weight. It gives your presence gravity. And now, when she's near you, she's not your everything. She's a guest in your world. A world that's already rich, already moving, already full. That's what women find attractive. Not a man begging to be chosen, but a man who's already chosen himself. And you know what's crazy? The more you focus on that purpose, the less needy you feel, the less anxious you get, the more calm, patient, and powerful you become. She senses that. She starts to feel like, wow, this man doesn't need me, but he still wants me. And that feeling, that's the spark that keeps her chasing. The scarcity signal, why less of you, makes her want more. Why is it that when you're always around, she starts pulling away? But when you disappear just a little, suddenly, she misses you like crazy? There's something powerful you need to know. People want what feels rare. And when you give her all of your time, you slowly lose that power without even knowing it. Imagine this. You buy your favorite snack from the store. You eat it every day. It's always there, right? At first it tastes amazing. But after a while, it's not exciting anymore. It's just normal. Now picture this. One day that snack is gone. Sold out. Now your mind can't stop thinking about it. You check the shelf again tomorrow. Still gone. Suddenly, the thing you barely noticed is the thing you crave the most. That's what scarcity does. It creates value. The same thing happens in attraction. When you're always texting first, always free to hang out, always available, she starts to think, he'll always be there. And just like that, she stops trying. Not because she's bad or mean, but because your presence lost its weight. But when you're not always there, when you're living your life, doing your work, spending time in silence or building something powerful, she notices your absence. She starts to wonder, where is he? What's he doing? And that little bit of mystery sparks curiosity and desire. Now here's the key. This is not a game. You're not trying to make her miss you. You're simply living in a way where you come first. You're building your own castle. You're not standing outside hers begging to come in. That energy, it's rare, it's bold, it's magnetic. It makes her think, this man doesn't chase, but I can feel something in him I don't want to lose. The fire inside, how emotional control makes you irresistible. Have you ever felt your heart beating fast? Your hands shaking, like your whole body was ready to explode? What if I told you that moment is actually your superpower if you learn how to use it? Let's talk about something powerful. Not muscles, not money, not even words. Let's talk about your emotions. You see, most guys think being strong means showing no feelings. They try to act like nothing bothers them. But that's not real strength. Real strength is this dash. You feel everything, but you don't let it control you. Think of a lion. It doesn't roar every minute. It walks calmly, slowly, with full power in its chest. But the moment it needs to act, it does. That's you. That's how Stoic men think. You feel pain? Okay. You feel anger? Sure. But instead of yelling, chasing, begging, or texting 20 times in a row, you take a breath, you pause, you sit with the fire, and you don't let it burn your peace. That silence, that control, it shocks people. It makes women say, why isn't he reacting? Why is he so calm, even when things are messy? And boom, she starts seeing you differently. You become the anchor, the steady one, the one she can't figure out, but can't ignore. Because in a world full of noise and panic, stillness is rare, and what's rare is valuable. You don't get pulled into her storms. You don't argue to be heard. You observe, you decide, and you walk away when it's time. That's what emotional patience looks like. It's not weakness. It's the deepest kind of power. The confidence no one can take from you. What if I told you the strongest kind of confidence isn't loud? It doesn't show off, doesn't flex, and doesn't beg to be seen. It just is. And it makes people feel something deep they can't explain. Now listen closely. You've probably heard people say, just be confident. But what does that even mean? Is it wearing nice clothes? Walking with a big smile? Posting cool photos on social media? No, that's not real. That's just noise. Real confidence is quiet. It doesn't try to prove anything. It doesn't need to convince anyone. It's something you feel deep in your chest, like a calm fire that never goes out. You don't need to tell her you're a man of value. You show it just by how you live. You wake up with a goal. You take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your purpose. You're not waiting around for her message to feel good about yourself. You already feel good because you're building something powerful inside. That's the kind of man who doesn't need attention because he already has his direction. Here's the truth no one talks about. When you stop chasing approval, something magical happens. You become the one they chase. Why? Because most people are looking for someone who knows who they are, not someone who's lost, not someone who's trying to be liked. Women feel it. They feel when a man is sure of himself, not from his words, but from his energy. You don't force anything. You don't rush. You don't panic. You lead. You decide. You walk with calm strength. Thus, when she pulls away, you stay still. What if her silence isn't the end, but a test? What if the real power isn't in chasing after her, but in standing still, watching and waiting without fear? Sometimes things get quiet. Suddenly she stops texting. Her words feel cold. She doesn't laugh like before. You start thinking, did I do something wrong? Your heart beats fast. Your mind goes wild. You want to fix it. You want to ask what's wrong. You want to say, please, talk to me. But hold on. Breathe. This is where most men fail. They panic. They beg. They explain. They try to fix everything in one night. But the Stoic man, he doesn't move. He understands something deeper. When emotions are high, decisions must be slow. He knows that silence isn't always bad. Sometimes people just need space. And in that space, something powerful can grow. Curiosity, longing, respect. When you stay calm while she pulls back, she starts to feel your strength. She realizes you're not like other guys. You're not scared to lose her because you've already found yourself. And that's the kind of man she can't stop thinking about. When she comes back, don't rush in. What if the moment she returns is not the moment to let her back in? What if that smile, that message, isn't love, but just curiosity? You waited, you stayed calm, you gave space. Now suddenly she texts you. Hey. She asks how you've been. She wants to catch up. And your heart, it skips a beat. You feel excited. You feel like running straight into her arms. But stop right there. Don't rush in. Not yet. Because this is not just a sweet moment. This is the real test. She wants to see if you'll give your heart away too fast. If she can just snap her fingers and you'll come running. You see, when a woman feels uncertain, Sometimes she pulls back just to feel powerful. And when you chase too fast, she thinks, "Oh, I still have him. He's still waiting for me." But when you move slow, when you take your time, when you stay calm and kind, but not eager, that's when she starts to see your value again. This is the key. Let her re-enter your world, not as the queen, but as a guest. Let her earn your energy this time. Let her feel that you're not the same man she left behind. Now, you have peace. You have purpose. You're not waiting around. You're building, living, becoming. She will feel this shift. It will shake her. It will make her question her choices. And maybe, just maybe, she'll start chasing you. Because when you stop making her the center of everything, you become the one she can't stop thinking about. So now, here's the next chapter. The big one. The final stage is about something rare and powerful. How can you keep this power forever, even if she stays or walks away? Are you ready to finish strong? Keep your power forever. What if I told you the real power isn't just getting her back? It's never losing yourself again? Let's imagine this. She's calling you more. She's texting, smiling. Maybe she even says, "I miss you." Feels good, right? But here's the secret. This feeling, this power, isn't about her at all. It's about you. It's always been about you. See? Real peace, real power comes when you stop living just for her attention. When you stop needing her approval. When you stop giving away your heart like it's free candy. That's when something magical happens. You become a man who leads his life. A man who doesn't beg. A man who doesn't explain. A man who can walk away, not because he's cold, but because he respects his soul. You're no longer scared of silence. You're not afraid of space. You don't panic when she takes a step back, because you know something deep now. If she truly values you, she will come closer. If she doesn't, then thank God she's gone. You just dodged the storm that would have drowned your peace. You keep building. You keep moving. You keep loving yourself enough to pause, to watch, and to choose, not react. That's what makes you rare. That's what makes you powerful. That's what keeps your heart safe and your mind free. So now, are you done chasing? Are you done begging to be seen? Are you ready to stay still, to wait with strength, and to let the world chase you? The answer, my friend, is not out there. It's inside. You don't need to win her back. You need to never lose yourself again. That's Stoic wisdom. That's real attraction. That's your path now. So, will you walk it?